Welcome to episode 7 of Madoka Magica. Last time, Madoka accidentally killed Sayaka. A little bit. Temporarily. But she's good now, I hope. And we learned about how their souls are stored in the soul gems, and Kyubey had some dishonesty there. They can finally start being more suspicious of him, as I've been the entire time with his creepy little face. So we'll see where that goes. Madoka is still not Magica, so maybe it'll happen one day now that we're in the second half. But let's go ahead and watch, and we'll discuss it at the end. I got the subtitles and the timer on the screen if you'd like to follow along that way, or you can pull up the episode on your own. Starting after any logos, the moon is on the screen. Let's get into it in 3, 2, 1, play. So what are we doing to start here? Sayaka, okay, walking along. I don't know if there are any side effects of losing your soul for a little bit, or if she's just okay, if she's perfectly fine. Okay, yeah, talk it out. Like, yeah, he lied. I don't know if it's technically a trick, but it was a lie, or at least not the truth, not revealing the truth. If you want to call that a trick, I guess I can't blame you. Yeah. Oh, you never asked. Oh, well, she also died. If you never found out. Yeah. So, like, I understand where he is coming from. Like, from his point of view. He doesn't see what the big deal is. He sees it as not only not a big deal, but he sees it as a positive thing. He just doesn't understand the value that humans place on this. But the biggest issue is that you just didn't tell them. That's the biggest problem. Damn. Yeah. He's being pretty... You're showing this in a pretty sadistic way, little guy. So he's like, hey, this is a good thing. It helped you. I'm showing you that by hurting you. But the biggest issue is that he lied. I don't know if he was completely being honest when he said... I'll talk about this later. Yeah. It did. Creepy ass face. Those eyes. Okay, when he said... What was it? What the hell? Before I lose my thought, I gotta get it back. Oh, because I was saying that, you know, him not telling them was a bad thing. Yeah, and he said, you never asked. And you guys don't even realize you have a soul to begin with. Again, like, from his perspective, I get that. I don't know if that's kind of him rationalizing and making excuses, or if he genuinely really feels that way. Like, oh, you never asked, so whatever. Or if it was that was just kind of him being a dick. But either way, like, he didn't do it maliciously. He genuinely just doesn't see it as a problem. But they do, and we do, and you can understand why they do. And the issue is mainly just that you should have told them the full extent of what they were getting into, and you didn't. But anyway, while the OP is playing, let me say that if you enjoy these videos, subscribe to the channel. Madoka comes out every Friday, with other videos every single day of the week. Also, check out the description below. You've got links to Twitter and Discord if you want to hang out on that stuff. And Patreon if you want to support this channel. Get these videos early. Vote in polls for what shows I watch. Get exclusive vlogs and all that stuff. Thank you very much. But yeah, look at this outfit on Madoka. It's great of them to draw a magical girl. Can you accept your true feelings is the episode title. It's great of them to draw a magical girl outfit for her just for the OP. Because that's apparently the only place she needs it, because it's not happening in the show. What is this teacher going to talk about now? Eggs again? Whoa. Sayaka is staying home. She's really caught up in this whole soul thing. It's really bothering her. I mean, there's nothing you can do about it now. You're going to kind of just have to... Like, he is right that you didn't even know, and if this hadn't happened, you wouldn't know. So you're going to have to just force yourself to go back to that mindset. You're going to have to just... There's nothing you can do about it. So you're going to have to just move on. Yeah, he doesn't get it. He's not a human. He doesn't relate to the same things. Yeah. But yeah, you know, you never would have known is not a valid argument, really. Although it's an interesting discussion. Yeah, it was a miracle. No real sacrifice. You know. Her soul is still here. It's just a little different. Homura was there too, right? She would have come in and saved. Maybe. I don't know. And once again, she's just telling Madoka to stay away. Forget her. And she can't do it. Don't confuse gratitude for responsibility. Okay. If you say so. Well, I mean, you're honestly, like, it's a problem, but you're honestly thinking about it too much, I think. Like, it's bad, but, like, once you know about it, I think you're dwelling on it too much. I don't know, like, I've been turned into this thing. Like, you're not, like, you're still the same person. Like, you know. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm saying. In the grand scheme of things, I don't know what it means. Like, when you die, I don't know how it affects anything. But for now, it really doesn't seem to change much, generally. Okay. Just put it all on yourself. Look at this place. Is this where they fought Wamu? Damn. Okay. Is she a Sanji? Did she go hungry when she was a kid? Did she have a messed up life where she was always alone? Alone and hungry? That's why she's snacking all the time. Oh, her dad's. Okay. You have a sister? Had? I don't know about all that. He just made a religion. Is he like the founder of Mormonism? Is that what we're getting right now? Scientology? Wow. So he tried something new and didn't work. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Yep, they were on the streets. He wasn't wrong, and yet all of these people did this and messed up their lives. So if you don't deal with other people, you don't have to deal with the fact that they don't understand you. Oh, really? Don't have to deal with them resenting you or ruining you in any way if you just rely on only yourself. Okay, so this is interesting. We're getting a lot of detail about Kyoko. Yeah, that's a scary cult. That's freaky. So you gave your father a successful church. What eventually happened? Interesting. Oh no, he probably wanted to burn you at the stake. Or that. Yeah, it wasn't really because of him. Oh, he actually did call you a witch. Okay, yeah. And I'll just have to take your word for it that the things he was saying were right. I can't judge myself. I don't know what he was preaching. But holy shit. I love the visuals during this whole thing, too. Why didn't he kill her, too? Was she not there? Is it because of her power? That makes sense. I assumed that she made a selfish wish because that's what she was preaching all the time. But no, she made a selfless wish, and it ruined everything, and that's why she's so against it. Makes sense. Wow, that's sheds a lot of light on her character. Doesn't excuse just being a dick, but it makes sense. Although I think it's different. Like, I don't know if him being able to play the violin is going. I don't think that's going to result in a tragedy of that scale. Like, it's a pretty different wish. Just kind of corrected things back to how they were before. Like, he was a good violin player, and just kind of made it go back to being that. Okay, no regrets. All right, so Sayaka's getting past it and accepting things as they are. Nice. Wow. Spat in her face there a little bit. It's like that doesn't give us the right to just do whatever we want. Well. She's gonna crush the damn apple. Well, that was interesting. Good job, Sayaka. Well, that was great getting her whole backstory. I didn't expect that. To get so much detail about her wish and what came of it. And I didn't expect her to have that kind of... I probably should have, but I just didn't. So Madoka's not gonna become one in this episode either, right? Like, it just doesn't feel like that's on track to happen. How did I never know about this? Whoa, there he is! I, of course, knew that this show was the Dark Magical Girl show, that it got dark at episode 3. That's just unavoidable knowledge, almost, for depending on how active you are talking about anime. But I never heard about this fucking meme that she doesn't become a magical girl for the entire goddamn show. I never knew. I never would have guessed. You should talk to the boy. Does she want to talk about the boy? Oh shit. Yes, she does. She likes him. She likes him, and you're not talking to him, and you're not doing anything, so she's gonna ask if she can do it, and you're probably gonna say yes. And then you're gonna regret everything. Oh, that's not nearly as bad as a man killing his family and